Sure.
Hi, my name is Vikas Bhosle. I am the CEO of Crayon Software Experts India Private Limited. Crayon is a Norwegian firm and we are global digital transformation experts. When I was approached by the White Page leadership team and I was asked to speak on a subject of my choice, I was wondering what I should speak about. Digital transformation has been spoken about in every other seminar and forum. It's been beaten black and blue. We've spoken about technology. So I was thinking what will interest my audience. And I thought I'll speak about Crayon, which obviously means that how has Crayon fared in the last few months during the pandemic. It would not be right for me to say that we thrived because I've seen businesses flounder. I've seen my partners go under. I've seen employees lose their jobs. I've seen that people have struggled to make ends meet. Some of my colleagues have got infected by the virus. A few of them theatered on the edge and came back safely. And sadly, a few of my colleagues also less than dear ones. In this kind of a circumstances, it may be inappropriate to say that we thrived. So I will only say that we were able to keep our head above water and we survived. And my next few minutes are narrative about what we really did. Now, of course, this is not a template for success, but this is a collection of my thought, which I hope you will find it relevant, and that's exactly my endeavor. Okay, so when the pandemic struck in March, we had the Janta curfew and then it was followed by the lockdown phase 1, everyone was anxious. I had no clue, like any other leader on this globe, I didn't know what my business could expect from this pandemic. What about my partners? What about my people? What about their families? It was a very, very difficult phase. When I looked at my employees, they were very anxious. They had concerns. They had fears. They had security of their jobs at risk. The first thing that I wanted to really do was alleviate their fears about the job. And that's what I did. I did the first communication with my employees and I said, irrespective of what happens in the external environment, you will not lose your job. We will not have a pay cut. It may have seemed at a point in time that it was a statement of false bravado, but it was not. Because I had confidence in our business model and I had confidence in the people who were leading that business. So I went and I said, your job security is always going to be assured in Crayon. It was also important that we take a posture. My communication should lend to a posture that we will take in the marketplace. We did not want to be over optimistic. We did not want to be under optimistic, or let me say over pessimistic. So I didn't want to go and say, oh, it's the end of the world because it's COVID. Or I didn't want to say, irrespective of what happens, we are going to be successful. So we clearly calibrated around some of the things we saw in the market. What are the forces? What is it that we can align and do better? And when I looked at what customers and partners were wanting, and I looked at my business model, I thought that if we could execute well, we would be successful. So our posturing always was, if we execute well, we will be successful. At no point in time were we pessimistic. We were realistically optimistic. That also meant that we needed to have fundamental belief in our model, our core business model. And like I said before, when pandemic struck, everybody said that digital transformation journeys for our customers will be accelerated. And we are exactly in that business. We are in the business of assessment. We are in the business of migration, of governance, of adoption of different technologies in the cloud. And we believed that with this business model, we would be successful. And we fundamentally stuck on our core business fundamental. And we said, irrespective of what happens in the marketplace, we will go and execute well. It also meant that while we spoke about our business fundamental being strong, we needed to be a little different. We needed to transform internally. So to bring razor focus to what we did, we bifurcated our business. So we created a coverage organization that was going and meeting customers and partners, and we created a services and a solutions organization. We got talent from our side. We did not stop recruiting. We got talent on services, we got talent on multi-cloud strategy, we got talent on OEMs, we got talent on blockchain, on security and so on and so forth. and we created a very robust transformation organization. Then we also saw what is it that we are addressing. So we have about 1,000 plus customers, a few thousand partners. Can we serve all of them? Probably yes. But then we said some of these customers and some of these businesses across some of these verticals are not going to do well. It does not pay well for us to spend our time addressing those customer needs. So we optimized. We optimized from about 1,000 plus customers to about 500 customers who we believed can give us great returns. We also went in with a belief which said, yes, we can go and acquire new customers because we had a transformation organization, we could acquire new customers. But we said, given the kind of bouquet of services we had, it would be easy for us to sell deeper than to acquire new customers. And we stuck with that belief. We went in with 500 customers. We did a lot of things that enabled deep selling with our customers, and we were successful. Cash is king is something that we've heard right through the entire journey in the last 8 months. And that's true. So when this pandemic struck us in March, I went to my CFO and said, we need to have an absolute critical view of our cash position in the next 6 months to a year. So we created a 6-month cash out template, so to say. We took an ultra pessimistic view of our business, of our profitability, of our ability to collect cash, and then we mapped it around what are the outflows that need to go out, and we continuously looked at our 6-month cash flow position. That was a guide for us to say where we should be investing, what is it that we must go after, where we should cut costs, and that guiding document helped us. Even as I speak to you today, that's a document which is live, and we are constantly guided by all the various vectors which are there in the template, which gives me an absolute view of my cash flow cycle. Last but not the least, human enterprise, right? And when I talk about human enterprise, I'm covering both the vectors of our customers and our employees. Whether it's a customer, it's a partner, it's a supplier, it's an OEM employees, we are all human beings. Very important at the stage in this pandemic to have empathy towards human beings. So there were customers, a lot of our customers just did not know how to embrace this entire work from home thing. They didn't have the collaboration tools. They didn't have the software that enabled them to do so. They didn't have the budgets. Some of them said, I need help, can you do it? So we created environments where you could go and host virtual desktops. We did our free demos, we did free assessments, we did free migrations, we gave tools which gave access to trainings for 6 months, and we gave it out to our customers. Some of our customers said, my business is not doing well, can you give me extended terms? It could be 60 days, 90 days, sometimes extended terms. And we worked with our OEMs and we gave those extended terms. We are not a bank, we were ourselves under stress. But given the fact that we were slightly better than they, we said, why not help them? And we went out of our way to go and help them. And they were very, very appreciative. And of course, finally, it's all about our employees. And I think that was one piece of the entire business we did very well. So like I said, very early in the piece, we went and spoke about job security. I also went ahead and I gave them a 6-monthly hike. We actually gave them a hike after making sure that our cash flow is well protected. Okay, we reached out one-on-one to every single employee in Crayon to ask them how are they doing, how is their family, how is their well-being. It was extremely important for us that they are happy, that they are not anxious, that they are not having a lot of concerns and worries, because if they are worried, our business cannot do well. And so we reached out to them. We cared and we invested in their mental well-being. We invested in increasing the insurance for them. We increased engagement, we increased communication, and a plethora of things that went, and we made sure that all the entire workforce in Crayon was extremely motivated when they came to work. Of getting the burden of the job, or let me say the monkey of not having a job off the back, they all worked with great amount and a great sense of purpose to make Crayon successful. And our success today rides on all the work that the employees have done for us. So my hats off to them. So as I come to conclude my speech, it's been a very tough year. Yeah, we've gone through a lot of stress, to a lot of strife. We emerged successful, but we also emerged with life-changing lessons. The next few months and possibly even the next few years are going to be game changers for us. And as long as we can embrace the attitude that we have displayed in the last 8 months, I think we will continue to be successful always. Thank you.